This month is all about building your menu. I had a chance to reach out to one of our expert collaborators in New York to have a quick conversation about exactly where you should source the products that you're going to offer on your menu, and here's what she had to say.
Hi there. My name is Lauren Bell. I'm a food and travel writer for Wine and Food Travel, Brooklyn-based and Edible Boston. Being in New York, everything is at like the reach of your fingertips on the computer or on the phone. You can call up any distributor and have anything you need, probably within the hour, delivered to your doorstep. And that's convenient, but it limits you in your abilities to be able to distinguish where what you've asked for is coming from. And so, with a little bit more legwork, what a lot of people will do in New York City is head to the farmers markets and meet our local farmers. We're so lucky to have a bounty of farmers around here from Long Island and from the Hudson Valley and from New Jersey that come in 7 days a week, really, to come and meet the restaurateurs, and they start to form relationships. And then instead of calling your local distributor, you can call up your local farmer and they'll tell you exactly what is perfect on the fields that day and what they've just harvested and what they pulled aside, especially for you. People that make menus or have done in the past are nervous about not offering what the people like or what is a guaranteed seller or has been in the past. And so they keep their menus pretty staid throughout the year, and it makes it difficult for customers to know what's in season. They just start knowing the dishes that they like. Whereas if you go to a restaurant that is really in touch with what their food shed offers, then you're going to be enlightened every time you go out to eat. You're going to learn about new vegetables that exist only in the wintertime, or how Brussels sprouts get sweeter and kale gets sweeter after a frost comes. Like, that's a really neat idea that most people don't know. If you get a California tomato delivered to New York, it would have been picked before it was fully ripe, before it had developed all of its sugars in the field, before it was fully red or orange or whatever color this tomato is meant to be. And it would have been put on a flatbed truck, probably with some sort of chemical to help it ripen in transit. And then by the time it got to you in New York, it would be the right color, but it wouldn't have ever developed those sugars. And then it would never actually taste like the beautiful tomato that you would get that would come straight out of the field. Whereas if you met with your farmer from New Jersey that spent that morning harvesting what looked perfect that day, then you know that all of the sweetness that could have ever been in a tomato would be in that tomato that that farmer was offering you. Everybody's had that deli sandwich that has that slice of tomato in it that you recognize as being a tomato, but it just doesn't taste like anything. So if you're a customer in a restaurant and you're handed a caprese salad that you've ordered probably at the wrong time of year, if this tomato is being offered in January and they're offering this salad and you get it, it's not going to taste as good as you know it could because you've had this salad and it changed your life in July. But in January, it's not as good. So I think that customers are starting to become a lot more knowledgeable about this. The more you eat, the more you recognize that everything comes in a season. And if you don't actually pay attention to what the seasons in the region that you live in dictate, then you're not going to enjoy food the way that you actually could.